Hello students, in this lecture you will study about the center of mass of a rigid body. A rigid body, is a system of closely packed particles. Therefore, the equations we have discussed in the first lecture of this chapter are applicable to the rigid body also. The number of particles in such a body is so large that it is impossible to carry out the summations over individual particles in these equations. As the spacing of the particles is small, the body can be treated as a continuous distribution of mass. And we will subdivide the body into n small elements of masses delta m1, delta m2 and so on. So the coordinates of the center of mass are approximately given by the equations. X coordinate of center of mass will be the sum of the products of the delta m into x coordinate divided by the total masses. Similarly for y coordinate and z coordinate. In place of summation, we can change it into integration as I have explained in the kinematics chapter. So the coordinates will be axiom will be equals to integration of x dm divided by the total mass. Similarly for the y and z coordinates. And in terms of vector notation, r vector denoting the center of mass will be equals to integration of vector r into dm divided by the total mass of the body. The center of mass of a thin rod. It will coincide with its geometrical center. Similarly, center of mass of a ring, disc, sphere and thick rod also coincides with their geometrical center. Now let's solve a numerical problem. It's your NCERT 7.1 example. Find the center of mass of three particles at the vertices of an equilateral triangle whose masses are given and the side is 0.5 meter long. As shown in the diagram, the one of the vertices is taken at origin. You can take any one. Then find out the x and y coordinate of each and every point first. Means of the points O, A, B and C. Then for x coordinate, put all the values in the equation m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 divided by the total mass. And similarly for y coordinate, put the values in m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 divided by total mass. And you can see that in this case, the center of mass doesn't coincide with the geometrical center of the triangle OAB. Another numerical problem. You have to find out the center of mass of this uniform L-shaped lamina whose dimensions are shown in the diagram and the mass is given to you. So to find out the center of mass of this uniform L-shaped lamina, firstly, you have to choose x and y axis and then write down the coordinates. We can convert this L-type lamina into 3 squares of length 1 meter each. Because they are similar, so the total mass is 3 kilograms. So the mass of each square will be 1 kilogram. And their centers will be respectively C1, C2 and C3. To find out the center of mass, again use the same formula for x and y coordinates. That means summation of mi xi, where I varies from 1 to 3 divided by the total mass. And you will find out the coordinates of the center of mass as 5 by 6 meter and 5 by 6 meter along x and y axis respectively. Now, motion of center of mass. We know the formula of center of mass, that is R is equals to summation of I is equals to 1 to n MIRI divided by M in the vector form. Multiply this M with the R, you will get MR is equals to summation of MIRI from 1 to n. Open the summation and differentiate it. What you got? You know that dr by dt is the velocity because it is the position vector. So m into v will be equals to individual momentum summation. Again, differentiate the two sides of the equation with respect to time. You will got dv by dt, and because the mass is constant, so you can take it out. And you know that the dv by dt is the acceleration. So m into a for the whole body will be equivalent to, or for the center of mass will be equals to the summation of the product of mass and acceleration of individual particles. Also, mass into acceleration by Newton's second law is a force. So you can write m into a equals to F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus Fn and so on. Thus the total mass of a system of particle times acceleration of its center of mass is a vector sum of all the forces acting on the system of the particles. We know from Newton's third law that these internal forces occur in equal and opposite pairs, and in the sum of forces their contribution is zero. So only the external forces contribute. The equation ma equals to F external. Here you have to note one thing, that to determine the motion of center of mass, no knowledge of internal forces of the system of the particles is required. For this purpose, we must know about the external forces.